everyone, March W13 here with another hotel review, and this week we are in the capital of the state of Texas, Austin, at the JW Marriott on 2nd Street, and we have a room on the 34th floor, room 3423. Now the JW Marriott is the Marriott brand's sort of premium cousin. Sort of a mid-tier luxury brand, not quite at the Ritz-Carlton level. Ritz-Carlton being, of course, the gem in the Marriott family of brands. But JW Marriott should be a cut above the rest, and that ought to be evident in our tour. So let's hope that it is. Let's get started. So we'll start with the closet, which is right here in the entryway. And the doors are certainly nice and hefty, but what lies inside is really pretty standard and representative of any standard or even possibly lower tier brand. But plenty of premium hangers, and of course, being an extra full service hotel, they do have valet dry cleaning and shoe shining. I'm assuming that's still available here in October of 2020 as the global pandemic continues to rage. But there are plenty of hangers. They are of high quality. And aside from that, there is some shelving and a safe. The safe, as you can see, is, although tall, it is extremely shallow. And possibly not large enough to accommodate a standard size laptop. I have not tried yet. And obviously supplementary bedding, the standard stuff, your ironing board and iron. Sometimes those are absent from extremely full service hotels because they don't expect you to do those things yourself. But I've found lately that those are increasingly present in even the nicest hotel rooms, and of course a little fold-out stand for your luggage, not required for mine. Alright, and just adjacent to the closet is this little serving nook, I guess you could call it. You can tell that all of the furnishings and accents are top-notch, as you would expect from a JW Marriott. But aside from that, everything seems relatively standard. We have a non-Keurig coffee maker that probably accepts those little filters that are probably hiding in this box here. And looks like they have 230 West brand materials here, and I'm assuming that actually looks like that comes from Illinois. Sounded perhaps native Texas at least themed. Fairly standard stuff though. It seems that I'm assuming based on this message here that it even says that self-service ice is only available on the 5th floor next to the spa. And since we're on the 34th floor, that's probably not terribly convenient or feasible for us. So you can call for, I was told, the front desk, any kind of service you require, whether it's extra towels or ice, or anything that your room may be lacking that it may ordinarily have in non-pandemic times. But surprised to see sort of disposable plastic cups here, but that may be a sign of the pandemic times. I received another one of these Wright water bottles upon check-in, or at least I was offered one and I accepted. So I'm assuming that this, even though when you find name brand waters like Fiji or Evian in your room, they're often pay per use. These I believe are complimentary, and there are 2. And then I was told that the mini fridge is exclusive to these high floored, like on actually the top floor rooms, and that they do function. You can see the freezer certainly is operating quite efficiently, and I stocked it myself. Alright, and on the opposite side of the entryway is the bathroom, and we'll check that out. Before we do that, let's just read this sign on the door. It's got our emergency escape plan, of course, and a reminder that check-in time is 3 p.m. I actually checked in at 2 p.m. and did not have to submit to any supplemental fees to do so. Checkout time is 11 a.m. and the maximum daily rate is $1,595, which is quite exorbitant. I certainly would not pay that. I don't recall what I did pay for this room, but the $1,595 is probably only applicable to extreme gouging opportunities that would present themselves in situations like national political convention or Super Bowl or something like that, which is unlikely to occur in Austin anytime soon. Although South by Southwest, which was canceled this year, hopefully will happen next year, and that's probably another situation in which that exorbitant fee would apply. So, what you often find in these JW Marriotts, I mean, each one is slightly different, but you often find just really sleek and modern and tasteful and highly detailed elements adorning, the walls and the counters and the walls of the shower. You can see that we have a nice walk-in shower, but nothing particularly special here. Shower head is not particularly special. There's no bench or anything like that, but you can tell it's I guess classy, as they say. Bath amenities from a company called Aromatherapy. So bit of a step up, I suppose. I'm not sure if that's common to all members of the JW Marriott family, but they provide mouthwash as well, but nothing out of the ordinary with respect to kits, dental kits, shaving kits, or any extra special bath amenities, I wouldn't say. You just have the standard stuff: cups, extra towels, a little tray here on which you'll find some extra toilet paper and a hairdryer. And I would say that is basically that, with the exception of the light fixtures. Both of them are decorated with this, it seems rather gratuitous, I guess, but this semi-translucent, it looks like a cross-section of tree, and that is the case for the, again, both light fixtures, including the one next to the lit vanity mirror. Now, this hotel has plenty of suites. This just isn't one of them. So we have a single large living area that includes the business desk, entertainment center, little sitting area next to the window, which has a spectacular view that we'll see in just a moment. Of course, the bed and temperature control is one of those kind of slightly older models. Nothing particularly special there, but it is digital, and it does, I confirm, work well. And before we lose the opportunity to do so, let's check out the bed. Now, you can tell just by looking at it that the JW Marriott standard is, I would say, met at the very least in this particular case, and you can tell that the bedding itself is of a very high quality, and of course there are a lot of sort of chocolates and different shades of brown across the different elements of this room, which I guess at least somewhat faithfully represent Texas. And there is a design as well on the sheets. Now, it is not quite as super soft as I expected, but you can tell that it's just firm enough such that it'll be good for your back. And I can tell this will probably be, of the last, say, 5 hotels I've slept in, I would say this, I anticipate that this will be the most comfortable sleep experience of all. And then bookending each bed, you have a very nice light fixtures, including these reading lights on both sides of the bed, which is certainly looks like LED, a mark of a 4-star hotel in both the United States and abroad. And you also have, although there are no USB ports, there are a couple of 120 volt electrical outlets at the base of each lamp at the bedside, and you can also sort of control the lights, the light bulbs individually. There are 2 within the lamp with these twin switches. Nothing particularly special about the alarm clock. I'm not sure many people use alarm clocks these days. And in this drawer we have not only a Gideon Bible, but also a Book of Mormon. You may only see that 5 to 10% of the time. I'm not sure that that's a good thing or a bad thing, but just interesting. Now, moving on to this sitting area here, again, the expectation from a JW Marriott, a premium brand, would be impeccable furnishing, upholstery, etc. And I would say the standard is met here. It may not look particularly special, but if you look closely enough, I think, despite the fact that it's not leather, it is something that you might expect to find in a very nice study. And it's got something slightly unique, which is a little tray table, which I guess you could turn around here and sort of place atop the chair, so that it perhaps a tray that could be used for dining. So that's I think a nice addition, and it just sort of complements the rest of the room, I think. I would say the artwork here, although it's very tasteful and somewhat trendy, is quite literal, and nothing abstract, and everything quite obviously extremely Austin themed. The room is I think very well lit, and I do like this lamp. I think it's particularly classy. And the dark brown leather chair, again, sort of speaks to that sort of old-fashioned wooden study that you might expect to find at a classic mansion. And I would say there's certainly sufficient room in these drawers, but no elements here, either design or function-wise, that really stand out. Now, the one thing that I'd originally missed, I may have mentioned this when I first walked into the room, was the in-room dining menu, which, not surprisingly, has been removed from all of these rooms customarily due to COVID protocols. However, normally they at least post a link to a web address where you can browse it, assuming that in-room dining is still being offered, and I know that it is, or I knew that it was in this particular room. So it's just a matter of finding it, and it turns out that there's an entire channel on the TV devoted to it, and this is it. So here's your breakfast menu. Compared to other hotels I've encountered, this is, I would say, extremely limited, right? Only 3 breakfast items, no pancakes, no all-American breakfast, and then on the all-day menu, all you have is a burger, some tacos, a couple of salads, and a couple of appetizers, and then your standard beverage offerings. And it looks like rather than I'm going to assume here that the rather than receiving standard in-room dining service that includes china and silverware, that you receive basically some sort of modified to-go packaging that is left outside of your room, and you receive a Nook or something like that. So sort of the mystique and experience of in-room dining has been lost to COVID, and it may indeed never come back. All right, now to put the exclamation point on this hotel room, let's check out the view from the 34th floor, just behind these sheer curtains. And I'm not actually that familiar with the landscape, if you will, of Austin, so I don't really know exactly what we're looking at, although all of these buildings have hotel logos on the side. We have a Westin, a Marriott Residence Inn, a Hilton, and what I assume is our sister property, a Marriott. Looks like a Hampton Inn here and a Hyatt Place. So this is Hotel Central. It looks like what I assume to be, based on appearances, a convention center here. So it's probably no coincidence that there are so many hotels in this area. But what I do know is that right through the gap in those 2 buildings is what was formerly known as Town Lake, now known as Lady Bird Lake, I believe, and we are only a couple of blocks away. So I think at the very least the JW is convenient to those sort of nature destinations that Austin is so well known for. And it appears that there is a Four Seasons hotel right on the water. So perhaps if we had obtained a room facing in this direction, we would have had a sort of a nicer view of the lakes and the hill country, as opposed to hotels, neighboring hotels, and a convention center. But be prepared to request the side that you prefer. But I don't mean to shortchange or understate this view, given that Town Lake, or rather Lady Bird Lake, winds around. It extends well off into the direction in which this room faces. And I'm certain that with all the buildings here, the view will probably be spectacular at night, and perhaps if I get a chance, I'll film a sunset for us and post that as well. So in summary, I would say at the JW Marriott Austin, you get what you pay for. It's a relatively new hotel. I think it's only maybe 5 or 6 years old or so. I recall when it opened, must have been 2013, 2014 or something like that. So it's probably just over 5 years old or so. So it is a beautiful hotel, The services are somewhat impacted by COVID. Its flagship restaurant, which is an Italian one, I believe it's called OP or something like that, is closed. Limited cleaning and in-room dining services, although of course you can get any kind of cleaning you want upon request. Very nice, sleek rooms with up-to-date amenities. Everything just very nice. I would say it meets the JW Marriott standard. I don't know that it exceeds it terribly much, but definitely ask for an upper floor and your preferred view. Research it, figure out which cardinal direction you want to request, and enjoy your stay. I got the impression when I checked in that and during these COVID challenge times that the capacity is a bit lower than normal, but again, I had no issue obtaining a room immediately. So I think that the demand is relatively low right now, and the rates are a bit lower to match. So again, king room 3423 on the 34th floor at the JW Marriott Hotel. I hope you enjoy your stay here or wherever your travels may take you. Until next time, wishing you good golf, good tennis, or whatever makes you happy. Mars W13 signing out.